and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Masks, The Green Sun, Part 6. Today is April 22nd, 2021, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, including full playthroughs of Curse of Strahd, Ghost of Saltmarsh, Waterdeep Dragon Heist, Tyrant Security, Tomb of Annihilation, and a bunch of more games to come. We upload 3 times every week, and all of those uploads can also be found wherever audio casts are made available for free. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us on Discord or post your questions to the Twitch chat to the side, and we will do our best to respond in kind. But if you already support us on Patreon, you already support us on Twitch and YouTube and all of those other wonderful places, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this fantastic show even more? Guess what, buddy? I got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, and most importantly, we also have Tia masks. That's right, we have masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, done by our very own Cyberwolf 1201 in all 5 of her glorious chromatic colors in a multitude of styles, where all of the masks that we end up selling have their proceeds go directly to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause or possibly help support the show, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. So, hey KyleWithAnN, who are you playing today?
Hi everyone, I'm KyleWithAnN, and today I am playing Aurora. She is the star, and we both use she, her pronouns.
And next up, GB.
Greybeard's Tavern. Today I'll be playing Cody Johnson, and he is the bull, and he uses he, him, just like me.
Hi everyone, my name's Satan, and today I'll be playing Luciana, aka Aftershock the Reformed, and we both use she, they pronouns.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Reeves. How's it going? I'm playing Caleb today. Caleb Asher, aka Crow. I'm a Janus. We both use he, him pronouns.
And I am the indoor adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be your voice in the sky. So, last we left off, you guys ended up having a reconvening team meeting to discuss the events that happened in the Midgrove Industrial Forest, and put together that these cultists of Vulcan seem to only ever show up whenever there is a large event going on. As luck would have it, you all managed to find out that there was a large event going to be happening later in the day after that meeting. An event that would actually be the Rainbow Maidens concert, a group of pop idols with superpowers that Aurora was once a part of but is no longer. Going to a tailgating party at this pop idol concert, everything seemed fine, totally normal. You watched as superpowered pop idols used their powers as part of their whole shtick, and you witnessed a certain gravity girl named Sarah exhibiting stronger powers than last you had seen, as she was actually a member of this new group of heroes that Guardian, also known as Lorraine Windermere, was putting together, which is, a little sus. It was at that time then that the Rainbow Maiden's central performance began, and you watched with onlooking horror as Cosima, a hero pop idol, who has control, or had control, over black holes, began to create a gravity well over the crowd that began to become unchecked. It was only through your efforts, as well as a few of the other pop idols that were there trying to make a stand, that you were able to quell this gravity well, and at this point, we are kind of dealing with the aftermath of this. In the back, in the green room, Luciana, Gravity Girl, Sarah, came up to you, and she revealed that she had been given some of these pills from Guardian during her last meetup, where she had explained that she was nervous about using her powers at a concert, and found out that her powers were actually being amplified by these pills that were given to her by Lorraine. It was at that point you also found out that Gravity Girl, finding out that Cosima was a little bit nervous about today's concert, had actually slipped her something that caused the damage, and asked you very, very pointedly, please don't tell anybody that I did this. To which you agreed, and now having brought Opal in, one of the other Rainbow Maidens who had actually passed out from
Light girl.
Yeah, Light Girl, from using her diamond-like shield abilities to prevent this gravity well from opening up. We have 2 members of our group that are in that back green room, one being Aurora, and the other being Aftershock. Now, out in the main thoroughfare, Cody, you as this glowing centurion, were just helping usher people out through safe means. And Crow, you had used quite a few of your avian assets to help also kind of keep people away from the danger, which was excellent. However, it is getting ready to, at this point anyways, that Cody, you and Caleb can hear sirens off in the distance, as, you know, a gravity well going unchecked at the Sodesco Stadium, or Sodesco Center, as we called it last time, doesn't really fly under the radar. Especially when there are a lot of screaming people running away from a building. So you know that it is only going to be a matter of like maybe 10 minutes before any kind of public authority ends up showing up. Is there anything that the 2 of you would like to do as you are the ones standing outside?
Well, you know, with all the Instagram and Snapchat and FaceTimes and everything else that I'm sure was occurring when when that showed up, you know, the bootleg, you know, trying to get the Rainbow Maidens, and then all of a sudden, yeah, I think other than making sure people get out of the way, and once things are safe, I'll just try to find the rest of the team.
Okay. Yeah, and Cody, you know, you had seen Aftershock and Aurora both get up onto the stage and then walk behind the stage. You've never been behind a stage setting before, but hey, there's a first time for everything, and it's not like anybody knows that it's you, which is totally fine. Crow, what are you up to?
So once everyone is, or everything is kind of safe, and Crow hears the sirens, he's kind of internally freaking out a little bit. And once he sees Cody like heading towards the back, he's gonna like run up and be like, hey, do we want to be here in costume when the authorities arrive? Because I don't really want to deal with that. I don't think I'm ready for that. Are you ready for that?
I mean, what are they gonna do? If I want, I'll just run away, then change back. They'll never know. But I just kind of want to make sure that, you know, Aurora and Aurora and Aftershock are okay.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'll just, if I go hang out with everyone, Aurora can do the talking. Yeah. Okay.
Cody points at you like, yes, that's the thing.
Okay. Now, in the back room, Aurora, thankfully, Cosima has been stabilized. Primrose is also like, you and her don't have a very good relationship. It was always like a tentative working relationship because, you know, like who is going to be the point person on stage? Is it going to be Aurora? Is it going to be Primrose? Like, well, the audience never knew until one of you got superpowers, and then it was pretty easy to find out who was going to be the head of the idol group. But there is still that, like, competitive spirit, like that, not animositous attitude, but there is definitely like a grating kind of personality, I feel, that is shared between the two of you. However, at this point, she seems to be a little bit more lax. Aftershock, you had expressed last week that you were not going to leave until Opal was up, and you could make sure that this girl who worked her ass off to save everybody was doing okay. She's stable. She is breathing. And at this point, Sarah is also in the room, and she is just like looking at these two individuals that are passed out lying on the ground. Yes.
Luciana was gonna go over to, Aftershock's gonna go over to Sarah, Gravity Girl, and say, do you have a phone number or a place I can contact you at?
And Sarah will nod, and she will give you her personal number, which is very often frowned upon in the idol community. But
she
kind of owes you.
Luciana, they're just gonna tuck it into the inside of their jacket, and just do the "we'll be in touch," and see if maybe with smelling salts they can like get Opal, light girl to like wake up a bit.
Yeah. So, like you take some smelling salts. You begin to like put them underneath the nose of Opal. And that is when, Aurora, you hear a familiar voice. Aftershock, this voice is entirely new to you. It's the agent who actually is in charge of the Rainbow Maidens, who did not run from this, but you just hear, if you could actually back away from my client, that would be incredibly helpful. And this man in like kind of like a business suit, like they don't necessarily have like a briefcase by their side, but like they're wearing a lanyard that says staff. Like they have the image of somebody who should be here right now, versus say somebody in a biker outfit wearing a helmet, that sort of thing. And when they come up to you, and they will try and interpose themselves between you and Opal, because again, they are referring to Opal as their client, as the talent, and then and Opal begins to open their eyes, and as she does, the agent will just sort of look down, just ask are you okay? Do you need anything? I'm glad you're safe. And then looks over to Cosima and Primrose and says, we're going to have to talk about this later. Right now, the authorities are coming. Need you to all have statements prepared. Aurora, no, you have your full guise on. You do not look like Aurora. And I think that... Roll 2d6 for me.
Oh.
They're going to try and pierce this mask.
Yeah. I punkified her.
7.
Okay, so a 7. I think the agent is flustered and has so much going on that they're Miss, we appreciate everything that you've done, but if you can also please step back from the talent.
Aurora's gonna take her beanie off so you can see more of her white hair that's hidden underneath, and it's no, actually, I was present on the scene as well, and I think the authorities would like to hear my statement as well.
And your agent will say that their name is Kevin. Kevin sort of rears back a little bit after seeing you, grand reveal. It was I all along. And just Aurora, what are you? It doesn't matter. Thank you for helping secure these two. what do I call you? And he like makes a motion towards Aftershock.
They'll just say Aftershock.
Aftershock, thank you for what you've done. We can take it from here. And as he's saying that, that is when Crow and Cody both also appear and like join, kind of like coming into the back area. And the agent, Kevin, will continue, will also say, and who are your friends?
Well, this is Crow, and this is helpless look at Cody.
Cody will belt out. Oh no, I don't have my list up, so I have to try to remember one I haven't used yet. I think I've used.
I think that it is like this, like looks over towards Cody, and Cody's just stalwart. Like
Aftershock will be like, they're working on a name.
And he'll like a big gold gauntlet thumbs up.
But between that, I think Aftershock will just real quick look at Opal and be like, you did good, light girl. And then just back away to where Aurora is.
And when like Opal's eyes are opening, like her right eye is just like full of blood at this point. Like she like there's pop in a vessel and then there's like a straight up problem. And she seems like she might be having a straight up problem. But seeing that, Kevin is immediately going to pull out his phone. Like authorities are already on their way. There's already ambulances. He's still going to be calling in for assistance on this one. So it is at that point that you can actually hear from the outside of the stadium that people are yelling, asking others to get back from the center to try and like distance themselves. They aren't like they have to check the structural integrity of the building now, make sure everything is safe and fine before they can even think about letting others in. Yeah, so there is just a whole bunch of people who have shown up to this scene. So how are the four of you sticking around to like give your statements to the police? Or are you just gonna like, Aurora can handle this? We're like, we're outie.
Aftershock is kind of gonna look at Aurora and be like, what do we do?
Listen, I'm used to this. I can handle this. If you guys need to skedaddle, just I'll text you when I'm done.
We'll wait for you in the car.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good boy.
Hey, what about like Golden Gauntlet?
Well, try it on.
It's not bad. I feel like this is the banter as they're walking away. You can
like,
consider it.
As you're walking away, just like, what about Golden Gauntlet? Not bad. And the booming voice causes like an overhead light to just fall crash. Like startles the shit out of you guys and like expedites a little bit further. But yeah, so for Crow, Cody, and Aftershock, are you going to try and avoid the authorities exiting this place? If so, how would you like to try and avoid them? Let's kind of make this like a skill orient. It's not a skill challenge, but like tell me how you guys manage to avoid getting stopped by police and other first responders to this tragic event.
So, Luciana, right? Probably very well adept at avoiding the police.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like she'll kind of, how sometimes the buildings have like a floor plan in case of emergencies. She'll kind of look at it and see what is probably the least convenient way for police and first responders to get in. Try like a very small staff entrance. And just be like, that's where we're going, even though it's like probably completely out of the way and they have to like walk around the block or something.
Oh yeah. No, for sure.
So I'll use what is it?
Assess
I
the
have-
situation.
Yeah, assess the situation. Let me. Can I? Can it says superior, but can I barter danger because this is like her like experience from like her villainous life?
I'll say yes.
Okay. Okay. Good to know because that was not great. 3 out of 10. Okay. I got 6 plus 2, 8.
Okay, so
So,
an 8. Yeah, so I would say that like going through this, like trying to find like the staff exit, like the path of least resistance. The lot of you are able to start heading that direction. There's a lot of I would say that there's like a few. Yeah, I'll say that there's a few workers here, like a few of like the event workers who just were like got to the gate, it was locked, they could not get out, and now they're just like, oh my god, is it over? And then when they see like you three walking up, they are just like awestruck watching the three of you pass by here.
yeah. I think Luciana's gonna be like, you got any of those staff jackets? And like her like in like their like
Modulator.
Yeah.
modulator voice.
And like one of like we'll say that there's 3 of them for the 3 of you, and they're just I hated this job anyways, you can take it. And like they just like quicker than you can ask, like it is off, they have given it to you, they do not want this anymore.
And Cody takes and goes and just breaks the door open for them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they hoof it, they run very quickly away.
So Luciana's just gonna throw the jackets at them and just say, hey, Golden Gauntlet, can you not be a beacon for right now? Yeah. And throw a jacket at you, throw one at Caleb, and then put one over their own jacket and just take off the helmet after they're outside and there's nobody around.
Okay, yeah, and as the 3 of you are like exiting the scene, you hear like a booming sound up in the clouds from the distance, and looking up in that direction, you can see a 4-legged wonder like zipping in through the sky as Good Boy ends up joining the scene. It seems like this was a big enough set of danger that, and like you see him like zip into the bowl, and there are like there are cheers from the people outside, like, oh my god, it's Good Boy! Ah! Like they are like losing their goddamn minds. And so yeah, the 3 of you again just like very quickly exit out of this place, and you can see that maybe, I would say, looking around, thankfully you don't see any news vans or anything like that are coming in your direction, or that have set up at least, but you do see that there is like a newscaster that is off to the side, a journalist that's like trying to look around, because a true journalist always looks where everyone else isn't looking, so they would go to try and find like scope around the place if they can. But like seeing you just like in your work jackets, they actually will come up and like try and see if they can get like a statement from you, just like a real quick one.
Crazy.
Crow at this point is taking off his mask and stuffed it in
You
his,
guys
like,
are all like
Yeah.
in your mundane gear, but just like wearing event staff jackets.
Yeah.
I want to just say, like, it was really, like, we didn't see anything. We just kind of ran off, and I want to use my ability, mild-mannered.
Ooh, what's
A
that?
civilian identity to deceive, trick, or slip past someone. I can roll plus mundane. On a hit, they buy my facade, and on a 7 through 9, I choose from some drawbacks.
Okay.
And on a miss, one of my civilian obligations rears its head. Boxcars.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so this person 110% believes that you and the rest of the crew that are currently leaving are all just event staff workers. And as you like keep saying like, oh, it was really scary. Oh, you're so brave. Things started happening. Oh, you're so brave. Like they just keep like throwing out like you were so brave in there. Like, thankfully Good Boy is here and he can help now. Like they are all just like, thankfully Good Boy. Yes. And then, and they will end up, I'll say it's a female reporter. Let's say that her name's Barbara. And Barbara will hand you a card, that has her phone number on it. And she says, if you can think of anything, like anything that, happened in there, I know that like you kids were probably like rattled around, but if you have any ideas to what could have possibly led to this, give her a call and she can she can work that into an article for you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's no problem. You were all so brave. You were all so brave in there.
I feel like Luciana's gonna like put her arm around Caleb, like, do you wanna go get a smoothie?
Yeah.
We're gonna go kind of just
Go on. Go Jamba, if that's what the kids are still doing.
Yeah, some Jamba. Thank you, Barbara. and just put her other arm around Cody's like, are you okay, big guy?
And as they start going away, it's very awkward. And Cody just says, "Kaylo anumas nan lacro ingleses."
He's just speaking in Latin.
He starts speaking in Latin. Says, "I don't speak English."
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, Barbara.
He's in shock.
I think when you say that, Barbara just responds with a namaste. Like she has like no idea. So yeah, you are thankfully able to get out of this situation, the three of you. Yeah.
Real quick, will anyone object if Luciana was the one that took the card?
I'm good with it.
Okay.
I was thinking about it, but you're welcome to.
Oh, well, we can both I'll just write it down on a piece of paper. I'm building up to something.
Okay.
So, then back in the remnants of the Sodesco Center, Aurora, you have revealed that it was truly me all along. Like, it is like the movie Pretty Girl moment where they're like, all I had to do was take off my glasses and let my hair down, and suddenly I'm beautiful. It's me, everybody. It's one of those kinds of things. But as you're talking, to Kevin, the agent, he is he's shocked. He did not expect to see you here. Had he had known that you wanted to come back to observe, you could have just had Dimitri ask him for a ticket. He would have been more than agreeable, not necessarily more than happy to give you one, but you could have come. You were part of this group. You could have gotten in for free. It's no worries. And technically you did get into this place for free. You're just going to send Dimitri the bill later. And that is when you, Aurora, end up hearing all of this murmuring from scared individuals that were off in the distance turn to cheers. And at that point, you're like, what the fuck are they cheering about? And you go look out from the stage, and you can see none other than the French bulldog, or the English bulldog himself, Good Boy. He's not a little Frenchy, he's an English one, because he has the weird fucked up front leggies.
And the jowls.
And the big jowlies that flap in the wind as he flies. But he is going through the wreckage and goes over and very easily bites onto a piece of rubble, lifts it up. There's a person underneath, like, oh, good boy, thank you so much. Like, he's just like going around doing his good boy best to be the rescue crew, and like big breath of wind like blows away some more debris. He's doing his best, and you can see that there are a lot of cameras focusing on Good Boy as well. And so when you poke your head out, you can see that people are already like starting to look towards Good Boy as like this central figure. And then as you like get onto the stage, Good Boy's ears perk up a little bit, and he like his head swivels and turns towards you. And Good Boy will actually like fly over towards you. And then just like look up at you with just this like big dumb jowly face.
Aurora is starstruck. Like, imagine like someone like, you know, like a stan with like whoever their idol is. This is Aurora and this French bulldog who is just like, hi, Good Boy. It's so nice to meet you. You really are a good boy.
And as soon as you call them a good boy, like they just start panting, and they're like giving like a little butt wiggle because again, like they have the nubbin tail. There's really nothing else there. And then then as you are saying this, you hear Good Boy fart a little bit, and then he just like levitates up and flies back out, and he just starts helping people. He was coming over to see if you were okay.
Oh man, I wanted to get a selfie. Oh.
Oh yeah.
There's just a pang of regret.
Just like, ah, damn it! Tell me somebody got that on camera. Yeah, it was just like you were too starstruck in that moment to even think about snapping a quick one. So at this point, police are coming in, medical responders are coming in, and we're just going to kind of like speed up through that process. So Aurora, what is the statement that you are going to be both giving to the police as well as to local news stations, as they are currently covering the event that happened late Thursday night? So, you know, like they're going to need somebody, they're going to need somebody's take on what ended up happening, and who better to deliver that take than ex-Rainbow Maiden, Aurora?
Yeah, I think to the police, she'll, because she's very like, she's kind of experienced with dealing with the police and being very professional and like, you know, to the point, and doesn't really try to skirt around anything. And so, you know, she'll just present the events as she saw them. Like, we were here watching this concert. All of a sudden, you know, you notice she was feeling like, you know, powers went out of control. It looked like she had been like drugged or something. So, you know, that once she had purged her system, like she was fine. So she'll be like very like going through all of that. To the news reporters, and she's still like, she hasn't put on her like Aurora guys. She's still punk AU Aurora.
Yeah.
So she'll be like, yeah, you know, I came out to the show tonight because although I'm no longer a part of the Rainbow Maidens, I still have, you know, nothing but love and respect for my former group, and wanted to come and support them. I didn't expect things to, turn out the way they did. Hence, I wasn't really prepared to, you know, step into this confrontation. But you know, that's the hero's job. Help out when you can, if you're there, because who else is going to? But luckily, my team was also nearby. I was able to get them on the scene, and together with some teamwork and other idols in the vicinity as well, we were able to get the situation under control. So I want to thank everyone for their help with that. So she's definitely delivering like a more like kind of calm and muted like performance. It's still like very much like kind of more persona-y, but a little bit more low-key than normal.
Okay. Yeah. And so they you finish up this this quick interview, this quick little news spot, and they say tune in to if you tune in later tonight when they run this story to give the recap, they'll try and have your segment in there. Again, it helps that you are a former Rainbow Maiden, so hearing something like that it'll probably knowing the news circuit. The news eats that shit up. Nom, 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 nom. That's fourth meal for the news. They love it so much. So yeah, hearing that, you're fairly certain, even though this is a very heartfelt response, you'll probably end up getting some decent clicks out of this. You'll get some solid views. So after you give this brief aside, you get other interviewers asking oh, do you suspect foul play? Why were you and your team here? That sort of thing. More questions are fielded to you by several other news sources. And it's at this point that man, you wish you could be Good Boy. Nobody has to ask him these questions. All he does is fart and lift big things. Oh, what a life. What a life to have as Good Boy. But at the same time, you have not had this amount of press on you in a while. So it is, I would expect, a little tiring.
Yeah, I think she's very it's a little more smoke and mirrors with the press than it is with the police. She has a way of answering questions without answering them.
Yeah. You're used to the dance.
Yeah. But I think she's kind of just looking over to see if she can catch Primrose or something, or see if Cosima's awake or something, just kind of looking in the background kind of distractedly.
Yeah, so if you are looking in the background distractedly, you will see that there are police that are currently pushing the interviewers, public news, local news people out, moving them aside, as you see that there are medical professionals, one with a stretcher for Opal, another for Cosima. This is standard medical procedure. If somebody is taken ill and released to gravity well, that's not exactly that part's not standard, but if you have fallen ill or have been injured, key point is not to move them. They are being escorted out. And people are now, as soon as that all happens, all of the attention turns off of you. And there is just a flood of people going over to Kevin, and asking him, snapping pictures, asking about this. And he's just is repeatedly, we are not answering questions at this time. My client, he is just being an utmost professional about this. He's not giving the news anything to go off of. And if anything, he probably paid some cops to make sure they don't get within 15, 20 feet. This is my bread and butter. Don't fuck with my bread and butter. And they seem to be doing that. They seem to be going on that pretty well. Likewise, they seem to, you see that some of these interviewers are also going after the other group of idols that were there. And they are all I don't know what happened. None of us know what happened. And Sarah, Gravity Girl, she does not actually seem to be present for this, which some of the news sources note. Or at least some of the interviewers are asking oh, where is Gravity Girl? Where has she gone off to? And they just sort of shrug and they're we haven't seen her since everything went tits up in there. we hope she's okay. And then like one of them will even say like, if you know anything about our missing scout, please let us know. We love her so much and hope that she comes home soon. Like they're just worried where Sarah is. In reality, Sarah just got the fuck out because she doesn't want to be questioned about like, did you give her drugs? Be like, no, I didn't. And I think that as all that's happening, a reporter that the other three have already come into contact with will end up making her way to you as well, Aurora. And Barbara, the reporter, will come up to you and also say, oh, you were so brave for rushing in there like you did. Thank you so much for all of your help. She's been a big Rainbow Maidens fan for a while. She doesn't really like their newer stuff. She's more of a classics, you know. And she says that, like after she talks to you for a little bit, she says, if there's anything, if you end up finding anything out about what ended up happening to the others, or what happened with Cosima, what happened with Opal, please like let her know, and she will hand you a business card as well. And we'll say, yeah, her name's Barbara. What's a good last name for Barbara, the interviewer lady? Let's crowdsource.
Don't say Streisand.
Don't say Walters. Don't say Walters.
Bartlesby.
Barbara Witherspoon. Is that what?
There we go.
Yeah, Barbara Witherspoon. No, not Gordon Koss. We can't do that one. That's copyright infringement. And we're not above it, but we can't do that on this show. So yes. Barbara Witherspoon is the name that is on this card. She hands it to you. It has her personal cell number. And she again thanks you for being here. You look pretty rough. And she will hand you, she has a press pass. She already has one for herself. She'll hand you one, and say, like, put the hat back on, like, try and get out of here. And it is one of those, like, as soon as the hat goes back on, no one expects me. And now you also have a press pass for K9 News.
Ooh, that'll come in handy. Yeah, I think she'll like start to like duck out, and I think like I think she's gonna shoot like a message like to Primrose, because I imagine they still have each other's numbers.
Yeah, it's one of those like when you log into Facebook Messenger and you go to message somebody and you're like, I haven't messaged them in 3 years. Like it still has like the receipts of your last convo. But
Yeah, I think she'll just be like, hey, let me know if Cosima and Opal are okay. You know, if you know anything, like, let me know what's up.
You just get a thumbs up emoji.
Cool.
That's the emoji version of a K.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes, but at the same time, she's also like getting near an ambulance with her friends. Like the fact that she was like, it's just one of those like, oh God, I need to respond now so that way I don't forget later. Like she's just like giving you a quick boot back. But yeah, so Aurora, you are able to also exit this vicinity. And as soon as all the press is done talking to you, trying to talk to Kevin, all cameras are just back on Good Boy and his cleanup efforts. He's doing such a heckin' good job. All the rebels in one corner. There are people that have been freed and are being like moved out as well. Like he's doing a great job. He's the best boy that there ever was. Great boy. Meanwhile, Aurora or Aftershock, Cody, and Crow, you all said that you were going to wait in the car for Aurora?
Yeah. So Aftershock, now looking like Luciana, is gonna like put their stuff away in a bag and just keep kind of like the staff jacket on, but move the car not in the parking lot because there's cameras there. So she's gonna get out of the parking lot and maybe go to a nearby alley that's maybe a block or two down and just text Aurora that we're there.
Okay, yeah, so Aurora, like, you go back to where the car was supposed to be. It is not there. And, like, you have this, like, did they leave me? Did they ditch me? No, bzz, like, oh, we're just around the corner. Like, oh, that makes sense. And thankfully, since they have already exited the parking lot and parking structure, it's a lot easier to actually, like, just walk out on foot than it is to wait for any cars. If anybody's ever gone to, like, a public sporting event or anything, like, foot traffic is the way to travel during those times. So thankfully, you are able to reconvene with your friends. You end up seeing Luciana's her old beater truck, and your friends are just sort of like sitting there. Caleb, I like to imagine that like you have like dust and detritus, like some debris, like on your face and forehead, but there's like the raccoon mask of where your actual goggles were. That's just like there's no like yuck around that, but everything else is just dusty as all hell.
You got a little
Yeah.
I feel like Luciana's just gonna pull out like, you know, when you just put like takeout napkins in your glove compartment.
I have so many of those in my glove compartment. It's useful.
They probably have one of those like cleaning wipes that they give you as well.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're gonna take out like 3 packs of that and just shuck them at Caleb.
Thanks. Do
Yeah.
you need water?
Throws like a Gatorade at you.
I'm not gonna
That's all I
wash my
got.
face with a Gatorade.
So,
we have the tailgating
It's
chest.
just the,
yeah, we
that'd
do
be
have water.
Yeah,
Cody
it's
pointed.
the water the water that you would find isn't actually like bottles of water. It's just like the melted ice at the bottom
Yeah.
of the bucket. Like you can still
Yeah.
wash your face with it, but
It's
I would
cold
not
as fuck.
recommend drinking it.
Yeah.
You're muted.
Oh, enough to wet the napkin and wipe my face
Yeah, and
down.
I feel like that's when Aurora comes by as Caleb, like just trying to wash his face off.
Yeah, Aurora's just gonna like sidle in the truck and like kind of like sit down with just a big like, well, that's over and done with.
Not really. We need to talk.
What's up?
We'll talk at my place. I have to make a stop first. And she has a very serious face on, and she kind of puts the car in drive and turns on the music and just drives. And she's actually gonna stop off at the hospital. And just tell you guys, come like you can come with or stay in the car. I have to ask a favor.
Oh my god, are you hurt?
No.
The hospital is actually rather busy this evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's on the ER side. Like
Yeah,
just
she's
going
not
into
going
the
to the
standard.
ER. Yeah. They're not in the ER. They're like more in like where like labs would be and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she's gonna try and pay a visit to Fabrizio.
Yeah. He's on staff tonight.
Yeah. When she finds him, she's gonna be like, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?"
And I feel like it's one of those, like, he's just, like, leaning back, looking at computer screens, like, eating some chow mein.
Yeah.
And, like, just, oh, yeah, sure. Like, he'll set it down and just come over and kind of, like, tussle your hair a little bit.
They get a small smile on their
Yeah.
face.
Just, what's going on, Mija?
I got a favor to ask you.
Is this a favor that should be asked in the hospital, or is this a favor that should be asked, like, outside the hospital?
No, probably in the hospital. And they're gonna take out the packet of like the pills. I'm not. First of all, I'm not doing any drugs, just in case.
Okay.
But I need to know what's in these.
Is there reason for that you want me to check on this for you?
She thinks for a moment, and like Fabrizio knows how to keep a secret, right? Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
he already knows about her superhero going
Yeah,
on
like-
because he helped her. And she'll explain that she was at the concert. Things went
You were
wrong.
there?
Yeah.
Like, it's all over the news. And he'll, like, in like his office, he'll like flip it over, and they're just like, "Good boy is here doing his best." And he's like, I love that dog. It's just
So, the girl that kind of went haywire, her powers, she was on these. She didn't know. Somebody
where did you
slipped it
get
into her.
these? Did you just
There's
like find
somebody-
them? Did somebody give these to you?
No. Yes, but because I know who gave them to her, but I can't say. And I feel like she calls him Theo. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like that family. Like it's not really your family member, but they've been in your life for so long. They're family.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not her fault, Theo. Some lady gave them to her, saying that it'll make her better with her powers. She thought it would help the other girl, but she didn't tell her they were sleeping it into her drink.
And he'll stand up and just like ruffle his hair. Like he always has like, there's a little bit of gel in there, but not right now.
Yeah.
Like he's just like foregoing all of that to just like scratch at his scalp and just like, and like he will let loose like a string of expletives in Spanish that I as a person do not know, but he would know them. So that is
Yeah.
what comes out. And then just I'll look into this. If somebody offers you something like this, don't take them.
I know.
Obviously, you have good head on your shoulders. I assume that that's not going to be a problem for you.
No.
But in the meantime, I will look into this. I'll try and look into this myself.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest.
I won't bring any of the techs in on this.
Yeah, the lady that gave this to her, and I feel like, and I'm doing this on purpose. Like the in my experience, the more you talk to someone who's also Hispanic and has an accent, your accent comes out.
Mhm.
She's powerful, Theo.
Like how powerful are we talking? Like powerful like you, like lifting things, or like powerful like that?
Both.
Powerful like that. And he like
Uh,
motions to the screen, and it's Good Boy flying.
Yeah. She has powers, but she's also like rich, powerful.
What have you gotten yourself into, Mija?
Nothing I knew about. I didn't do this on purpose, but I can't just let it slide. I don't have enough to bring her to the authorities.
At this point, if she's that powerful, what are the authorities going to do? Like
Exactly.
arrest her? Like, oh, we put
yeah,
handcuffs
that's
on
gonna
you,
work.
and then Good
Oh.
Boy out. Like,
Exactly. Like, I'm not gonna say, like, the police aren't good for much. I'm gonna be honest. We'll both know that.
yeah, yeah.
But,
Especially these
that-
days.
yeah. She says with her ACAP patch on her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what is it? I'm gonna tell police. They're gonna say like, "Oh yeah, sure," and then she's probably gonna pay somebody off. Nobody's gonna look into it. I'm gonna get my name out there. Like that's. I have a group now. I have a team. It's not just me.
You shouldn't be out on the streets doing these kinds of things, anyways.
Okay, Theo.
Isn't that what witness protection is for? Is for you to not get caught doing the same thing that you were doing before?
I'm not doing the same thing though.
You have a team.
It's different.
Okay,
It's different.
that's fine.
We're trying
Just-
to do good. If we weren't there, people would have ended like that. And she'll kind of point at the Charmaine. They would have been spaghetti-fied. I learned that in class. 'Cause I've been attending school. Like I promised I would.
Dios mío. Okay. I'll look into this.
Don't tell Tia. I'll tell her myself, I promise. But
If she asks, I cannot lie to your Tia.
if she asks,
I will
I give
try.
you my blessing. But I'd rather it comes from me. I'm trying this whole honesty thing. This is
It's
why
very
I'm
hard.
telling you.
So,
It is. It's really hard.
but being honest is always for the best.
Sometimes.
Always for
All
the
the
best.
time.
All the time. Because lies get us tripped up.
I know. Trust me, I learned that the hard way.
So, I'll look into this. Hopefully, your tia does not watch the news tonight. Sees your jacket is a little noticeable.
It's a different jacket. Like, it's kind of like the same style, but it's a different jacket, you know?
He'll just like give you this like.
Okay.
"Mhm." If she asks, I will defer to you. In the meantime, be safe. Please be safe.
I will. Always. Also, might want to add some sriracha to that'll taste better.
I would, but I feel bad about the ethics of sriracha. It's fine. It's a different time.
Okay. Spicy mayo?
Spicy mayo might. He like looks over and like, mayhaps. And he says, well, if anybody on your team needs anything, I can help.
I know.
All right. I get out of here.
Okay.
I only have 15-minute breaks. I can't be doing extra. I already clocked out. I already clocked back in from lunch. This is a snack.
Okay, Thea. Go back to work.
Oh, don't give me that. My job is important.
I know. She'll kind of like do that fake shove and then just
And
turn and leave.
you see him sit back down on his chair, lean back a little bit, and then just like keep eating chutney.
And she'll go back to the car.
All right, and then yeah. So Aftershock's gone for like in this hospital for like 15 minutes or so. And I feel like Aurora, you are the only person in this car with a smartphone. You probably
She's scrolling.
Oh yeah.
Scrolling the social media.
Crow is playing Brick Breaker, which is one of the 2 games preloaded onto his phone.
Snake the other one.
Yeah.
It would have to be. Snake is a classic. And then
Yeah, Aurora's like leaned up against the window and her legs are draped across like whoever is sitting in the seat like next to her.
yeah,
rolling.
I guess who's in back?
Cody, probably.
I was imagining myself in the back, at least when we drove there, because I was in the back with Mephistopheles.
Gotcha. So, and because you had to pick Aurora up as well, would that mean that Cody and Caleb are both just like cramped in the backseat and Aurora is just lounging in the front? Like
Across the
you don't
console.
necessarily like have your legs on anyone. They're just like onto the driver's side. Like you have like shortest person there, most leg room. Like it is
Yeah, that checks out.
every time. That's just how it works.
Now, did we decide, does Luciana's truck have 4 real doors or like
No, it's
2 doors
no,
and the
it's
2
the
the
doors?
one you gotta like, you
Okay.
gotta climb in the back.
All right, so then Cody
Or-
goes.
She
go
ain't
ahead.
fancy.
Cody goes to like get out and then realizes that he'll have to like crush Aurora somehow. So he just slides the windows open, the little slider windows.
Oh, out the back.
And proceeds to like squeeze his way out. And then he totally party person shoves the cooler up underneath that window and bungees it there, crawls back in, and then reaches out so he can open the lid and grab the stuff from
Grab
the
a soda
cooler.
or
Hey,
something.
watch it!
Yeah, they're like,
Come on.
like their legs
Exactly.
just like kicking out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Can y'all keep it down? I have a headache, please. Thanks.
And Cody's like pulls a drink out of there, all just dripping wet with
Yeah.
Caleb face wash water, and like still dripping. Like tries to do you want one to Aurora?
It's like a Dr. Shasta. Like,
Yeah.
Thanks. She'll say as she'll take it
Dr.
and give.
Paprika.
Give Cody a smile.
Yeah, boom, he totally blushes up and then gets weird and like reaches out and gets himself one. And then he goes to drink it and then he looks over at Caleb and it's like, do you want one?
Is there any Banta in there?
Cody just keeps pulling him dripping wet into the thing until he finds one and then hands it to you.
Oh, yeah.
So Aurora will like pop the tab and start like sipping as she's scrolling through social media to see what has come out yet.
There is a lot that's come out during this. You were at a Pop Idol show, like GB had mentioned. Everyone was like taking pictures and like trying to get like, oh, like even though it's a copyright infringement, I'm still gonna record it, because like that's what you do at concerts and live shows. Like you always, like if it's your favorite set or whatever, like you always try and like, I will remember this moment forever, and like have that unlocked. So like,
Oh God, it sounds so shitty. Why did I record this?
super shitty, audio quality is terrible every time, and like yeah, it's just like jostling around, but like in the moment it looked so good. So as you're scrolling through this feed, you are seeing like there are a lot of good like action shots of like Crow like commanding birds, like Cody like leaping off, like defying gravity while he's jumping through shit. There's really good action poses of like Aftershock also like lifting things up from the ground, creating this earthen barrier. And these are maybe like there is like I would say like a third of the overall posts are about like, oh my God, who are these guys? Aren't they from like, isn't this Aurora's new crew? But where's Aurora? Yeah, where was Aurora? And then like you see like one person being like, is this Aurora's new look? And it's like you in like punk gear, like running up to the stage. And then, like there's also like a little heated debate over like, no, our classic Rainbow Maiden's look was the best. No, I like that she's going punk. It shows that she's like sticking it to the man. Like there's like just a heated debate that's going on. Like
where's Borealis XX Platonic?
Making a new YouTube video, let me tell you. And like looking,
what side does he fall on? I'm sorry, I gotta know.
Borealis thinks that this new look is like, because they are always a contrarian, it does not look good. And they think that Aurora is just posing, that they were secretly trying to get back into the Rainbow Maidens, but the Rainbow Maidens are better off without her. Like, like that sort of thing. Like they are just like being catty to a T. And then the other 2/3 of the news, another third of this news is talking about like, oh, what happened with Cosima? Like, this has never happened before. Like, what is going on? Like, does anybody know anything? And there's a lot of like, oh, I heard that it's because like she was like she overheated while she was up there. Oh, I heard that like oh, she got like she was sick and like really pushed herself. So she shouldn't do that. Like no performer should push themselves like that for the sake of art. And like, oh, like a couple other like more posts like that, just kind of like trying to figure it out. And then the last third of the news about this event, Opal is getting a lot of fans real quick. There aren't very good stills, but there were people recording showing her like pushing herself to her limit, like creating these barriers. And there is just like a lot of like, she's like new favorite Rainbow Maiden, all of the others like whatever, like they are all about Opal now. And like, because like, oh, this is like, that's the mark of a true hero. Like, oh, look at her, like she pushed herself past her limits, but like it was for saving people and not just for the performance art. Like, and then like it also like feels a little bit bad because they're just like, oh, like could you imagine if Aurora was in that situation? She wouldn't have been able to do anything. Like there are like just sort of like those negative comments that are about the fact that like, oh, well, like good thing they had somebody with powers that could help.
Oh yeah, that stings.
Yeah.
Like she's not mad. Like normally she would be like jealous of Opal, but I think after this she's just like, huh, damn, respect.
Yeah.
But then that once you get to the, once you read the comment section, it's just like, oh, why did I do that?
Yeah, and then and of course, like, there are also comments being like, this is why we need all super people to be registered, so that way if something like this happens, we can hold them accountable. And then like other follow-up comments being like, listen here, dingbat, like, they are registered, they're an official pop idol group with powers. I don't know what you want us to do. Like, we know who they are. Like, we will be held accountable. But like, as you're scrolling through and hitting refresh on this, like, you see that some comments are even just like getting auto deleted. Like, as you're scrolling through, like, you'll read them, refresh, and then they're just gone. And you're not sure. Like, it's probably your PR group. Like your former PR group being like, we can't contain this, but like, we need to like get rid of like the anti-hero sentiment on our pro-hero pop idol group because it looks bad. And of course, on your phone, like, as you are refreshing, eventually you will get a pop-up that says, how would you rate your experience? And then there's like the 5-star marker for the Midas app once again.
I think she'll like click like 1 star and be like, I'm about to delete this stupid app. She'll say like out loud.
And I think that's around the time, like, as you're saying this, that's when Luciana is walking up.
What's up?
It's this damn thing that Dimitri had me download, the Midas or whatever. I get these annoying pop-ups like all the time.
It's at least like 3 to 4 times a day. And it's always like, how would you rate your experience? Like, it's never anything new. It's always the same questions.
Like Midas the muffler place? Wait, we went over this. He's a god. Or was a god. Or a super or something. And he's pointing at Caleb.
That's... Huh. My boss wanted me to download that too because it's our new like point of sale system, but he waves his phone around. It's a little too dumb to do that.
I think as Luciana comes in, she interrupts. It's like, dude, Cody, what the fuck? You got water all over my truck.
Yeah, it's like in the front seat, all up in the back seat.
She doesn't know it was Cody, but she's just blaming him.
And he like pulls the sweatshirt sleeve down. He's kind of wiping it up. He's like,
and it's gross, like dirt water. What the fuck?
You want a drink?
Clean my car, and then está bien y me lo. Oh, Dios mío.
Cody shrugs. He tried. Now he grumps.
We're heading back to my place. I'm gonna order some pizza, but we need to talk, okay?
Yeah, sure. Is everything like okay? She'll say as she like, clicks her phone, like, locks it and stuffs it away in her pocket.
I mean, we just had like a fucking black hole try to suck people up, so like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know that, but like, whatever you needed to do.
Is there something that you know that we don't know that is extra stressing you out?
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna talk over pizza at my place, okay? Okay. She doesn't even wait for a response. She just starts
throws it in
again.
reverse.
Yeah.
And like, as you're driving, like, you hit like one of those security bumps as well, like leaving the hospital. The back of the like cooler opens up, more of that dirt water like spills into the truck bed, and like it's just gonna be sitting there for a while.
Yeah.
It's
You're
warm
gonna
out.
clean that, Cody.
Caleb tries to use the like copious amounts of napkins he has to soak it up.
Yeah, it's
I
in
think
well,
also-
it's in the bed of the truck.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
Yeah, yeah.
inside at all. Like, it's outside.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this cooler sucks. And he's trying to like get it, like reaching out the little window.
You brought it.
I know. G-Pod, he wouldn't let me have the good one.
I want to add, like, as like a character stuff, like at a stoplight, Luciana takes out one of those fortune cookies that she swiped from her Theo, crushes it up, and gives it to Mephistopheles.
Oh yeah, he loves this. Like, it's basically a sugar cookie with a fortune inside.
Yeah, she takes out the paper, so but like, just gives it to Mephistopheles, and then takes her phone, orders pizza like while she's driving, which you're supposed to like drive and talk.
Yeah.
But it's like she knows the pizza place. They're like, yeah, my shoulder, but like do it times three, you know.
Yeah. No, as soon as you call in and be like all I have to do with a local sandwich shop is to say, "Hey, it's me. I would like to place my order," and they say, "Okay, we'll have it ready by X time." Like I don't tell them anything past that point, so I feel like all Luciana has to do is just like, "Hey, it's Luciana. I'd like my order, but can you make 4 of them, or can you make it like extra large?" And they'll be like, "All right,
yeah. Thanks.
yeah." And then we will cut to like. We'll say that like you arrive at your house at the same time that the pizza delivery guy is like showing up with the pie. And as you are paying him and acquiring fresh pizza, entering into your house, that is where we are going to go on break for the evening. So we're going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. And we're back. Hello, everybody. We have returned from our break. Pizza is in the hands of our youth team. And Aftershock / Luciana, I believe that you had some important announcements, or at least important things that you wanted to tell the rest of your team. But there's one thing that I want to ask beforehand, which is Luciana asked for her usual, but make it big. What is the pizza that you have bestowed upon your allies?
Now, my personal favorite as a player, as Satan, is just I like a regular extra cheese pizza because you don't mess with the classics, but it has to have really crispy, like thin crust. But Luciana, she wants the food. She wants everything. So it's like an everything pizza with like the stuffed crust, like the cheesy crust, and there's like a bunch of dipping sauces.
Cowabunga.
It is. Yeah. I would assume that it's also one of those pizzas where like it like sags in the middle of the like delivery box. Like it's a pizza.
It's a pizza. She chunk. That pizza's chunk. Yeah, but it's like a meat lovers, but like with extra like peppers and onions and like.
It is the supreme pizza.
The supreme pizza. They made it specifically for her because apparently they didn't have it at the pizza shop. She's like, no, I don't want a lot of things. I want everything on it. I don't think you understand.
It's the Ron Swanson. Yeah.
I think Aurora sees the pizza and like reaches into her purse and like has like a little travel size thing of Tums and just like.
Oh yeah. Either Tums or like handy wipes, like knowing that like, oh, this is a grease factory, like. It's gonna be delicious, but god damn.
So I think Luciana's gonna get like let everyone grab their slice of pizza, like bring water or soda or whatever they want. It's probably like Hispanic brands that you've never heard of before, but the sodas are like really fucking good.
Ooh, do you have like Jarritos?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes. There's like blood orange and
tamarind
mandarin.
Soda.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she brings that out, and she lets everyone kind of grab a slice of pizza, get it a few, like, get through the first slice. She's a bit quiet. And then as I feel like it's the second slice for people, but for Cody's like the 4th slice of pizza. She's just going to look to everyone and be like, Lorraine's drugging those kids.
What?
Excuse me?
Lorraine is drugging those kids.
Wait, hold up. Sorry. How did this come about?
You know Gravity Girl?
Uh-huh.
I think her name Sarah. Now this can't leave this group. Yeah. This can't leave this group. I promised I wouldn't tell anybody, but I need your help with this.
Of course.
She said she was nervous. She told Lorraine she was nervous about the show. About using her powers on the show. So she gave her some pills. And when she was talking to Cosima, and Cosima said she was nervous as well, she put it in her drink to help her. It's not her fault. She didn't know.
Yeah, you see Aurora, like her face kind of like shifts, like
Yeah.
she's kind of just like grimaces a little, and you can see like her kind of like almost like white knuckling, like I guess the plate or whatever she's holding. When you mentioned that Cosiva was like drugged.
Yeah. It's not the girl's fault. She didn't know.
I mean, but like, what the fuck, though?
How
I
does-
mean, yeah, what the fuck, but
How does the anxiety pill is there
the
cause?
Caleb, you know how she's like she was way stronger than she was when we saw her
Yeah.
a week ago? Those are the pills.
Oh
They
shit!
make her power stronger.
And she got those from Guardian. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why Cosima's black holes were like out of control.
So now we have at least one nasty thing to pin on the group that we were already suspicious of, which makes them a threat now, I think.
I have a contact at the hospital. I gave them the drugs to see what is in them so they could test them.
Gotcha. That's why the pit stop.
Yeah. He also helps me with my padding my outfits and stuff. So if you guys need anything, they can help you. But this is dangerous, especially if she's working with the guy with the dreads. He's dangerous.
I'm still kind of caught up on the. It's not cool that the one girl roofied the other one, right? I mean, that's
No.
Oh, yeah.
like a bad.
Extremely not good.
Intentions were good, but like in the end, she fucked up. Like that's really
It's
bad.
incredibly not cool. And if I see her again, I'm probably gonna slap the shit out of her.
No, wait. We're not gonna threaten her because she's into that group. She can be the rat.
I also have another question, which is for Aurora and Cody. Has Luciana ever mentioned the guy with the dreads before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Mhm.
She has.
She's literally said the same thing. She's like, that guy's dangerous. It's like on repeat.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We had the Matrix talk.
Right. Yes. Okay. It's all coming back to me.
Like, if Lorraine's dragging up all those kids, especially that guy, it's bad, like beyond our control.
Well, we can't just let this slide now that we know about it. We can't sit on this. We have to go deeper.
I know. That's why I'm telling you. Let's put our cards on the table. Let's see what we have. I'm getting the drugs analyzed to see what's in them.
Well, I mean, something pans out, and Aurora will take out like the business card and like the press pass and be like, I mean,
yeah. And we got the same car. Oh, you met Barbara? She was pretty nice.
oh yeah,
I want
we're
to
so brave.
Yeah.
read some of her articles.
Yeah.
She could be a person worth anonymously sending information to
Yeah.
that we want to
so
get out.
If we can get the information on the drugs, we can get Gravity Girl to be our inside eyes on that group.
I can also do that.
No.
Okay.
Cody doesn't laugh.
But like, also, what if we did like get in there and like get the info ourselves? Like, get all the shit we need to expose this bitch.
I can't go in there.
Well, I mean, once we know what's going on, can't we just like tell Good Boy or Orb Weaver or and
I mean, but like, this is us. We found this. this falls on us. We don't need other heroes to do our work for us. We can do this.
We might need help later on when we realize this lady's drugging super kids.
And it's all pointless if we just like pounce on them. We have to have some way to prove what's going on. If not witnesses at the very least, but
I think any of us going in that group is gonna be sus as fuck. Lauren's smart.
I mean, I was kind of thinking we could have a fight.
That's what I'm saying.
Quotes. And I can go back to her seeking more training, and it would let me pretend to be on their side.
Just talk to Sarah. She owes me.
Fair. I'm
not gonna. I can't. I literally can't. I mean, I could like trap you in a like earth wall, but we're not talking about that. I can't stop you from doing that, but I can only advise against it. Those people are dangerous, and if you slip up, I already told you.
And I respect your opinion, which is why I'm not going to do it.
What do you think?
I think like during this time,
but
go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, but I do think you should fill them in a little bit more, if you're comfortable with that.
Cards on the table. Cody just sort of parrots you.
Can I call someone to try and persuade?
Can you ask a player?
I think I would if I can ask a player to kind of roll a support or comfort.
Well, I could try to influence you.
You could try to influence me.
Okay. You can do what you want to in this situation, but I do have something that
you say your thing. Go ahead.
Okay. I think Aurora's been kind of she's kind of been a little fine-tuned for a while on Luciana's kind of demeanor towards this dude with the dreads. And I think she's gonna be you know what? Maybe let's take a quick break. We'll come back to this in a second. Cool off. I think we're getting a little heated. Not at each other, but just emotions are running a little high. Luciana, can you help me take this makeup off? I'm not really.
She'll just nod and take you to her room, which, by the way, has posters everywhere. It's like an organized mess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's the punk kids room. There's a Dead Kennedys poster. There's local
there's
bands. Yeah, there's a guitar that you probably haven't played in a while. Yeah. It's a bass. It's not even a guitar. It's just the bass because you had heard that it would be easier to pick up, but it still doesn't.
She has acoustic guitar, but then she's just electric. She just has the bass.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah,
she likes the way it feels. But she'll start helping Aurora take her makeup off.
And I think at first Aurora's kind of quiet and doesn't really say anything, but I think after a while she's kind of rubbing the last bits of it off. She'd be so this guy, this dude with the dreads you keep talking about, you say he's bad news, he's dangerous, but listen, I don't want to get into your business, I guess, but
I mean, you're in my room, you're about as in my business as you're gonna get.
I guess that's true. So I just kind of looking around. But like, when you say this guy is like bad news, like, what are we talking about here?
I'm sorry, I looked at chat. Okay, sorry, go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah, just like, if this guy's bad news, like, what are we talking about here?
I'm talking like he's a wanted criminal.
Oh. Oh, shit. Well, why can't we just, like, call him in or something if we know where he's at?
Because that puts me in danger.
No, listen, everything's gonna be fine. I promised you guys that when we form this group, I would make sure that nothing comes back on y'all. I have my people on it. I swear it's not gonna.
Aurora, I know, but this is before I even moved to this town. This is my baggage. How much do you know of a villain called Apex?
And Aurora, when Luciana says the villain known as Apex, there is we do a quick flashback, like the outlines of the pages turn black, so that way you know that it's not taking place in the current time. It is a shout back, it is a flashback, and you remember doing like your basic Google searches around like, oh, superhero, like superpowers that can move Earth, that kind of thing, when you were originally trying to find out who Luciana was. And you remember seeing that name come up about a supervillain that contributed in leveling an entire city block with the help of another villain known as Livewire. It seems like they were somewhat small potatoes villains, but as soon as a homicide was involved, it became a much larger, a much more like notable thing. And you also remember seeing that both of these villains were still at large.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing the news story that came out about him a while
He's
back.
Apex. He's Apex. And before I came here, I was known as Livewire.
Oh. That's... Holy shit, Luciana, why are you doing this?
I would like to start off on the record. I did not kill anyone. It wasn't me. And once that happened, I turned him in. It's still my fault.
You can't... No. Stop. That's not... Listen, you can play the blame game all you want. It's not going to change anything, so... But... Like...
Laura, that man is dead because of me.
It's... You can't control other people's actions and what they do in response to things. You can only control how you react to it. Which, by the way, I don't know if going about doing this superhero shit when you are
I'm technically
Wanted?
under. Well, not. I'm technically under witness protection, which also doesn't help.
Oh my god, no. That's
It's why I didn't want you to persuade me the way you did at first.
that's God, if I knew, I wouldn't have. God, I'm sorry. Like, really.
It's fine. Doesn't matter anyway.
This dude's like real bad news.
Yeah. And if Lorraine's giving that up just to Gravity Girl, I don't doubt she's giving it up to him. And that dude on drugs that amplify his powers? That's bad. Even before his powers were fully developed, he could. He's very powerful.
I mean, look, this is your call. How do you want to handle this guy?
That's why I didn't want anybody to go in there. If he follows you guys back to me, I don't want you guys to get hurt. It's only a matter of time before he realizes I'm Aftershock.
Hey, listen. Whatever happens, we're a team, right? We have each other. We're not going into this alone. You don't gotta handle this guy
I haven't
alone.
even told them. I mean, Caleb knows that that guy's dangerous and that he's quite literally a murderer, but he doesn't know why. I didn't tell him he was Apex. I didn't tell him I was Livewire. It's not something I'm proud of.
Look, I'm not gonna. This will stay between us, okay? But, I think eventually, in one way or another, I mean, they're gonna need to know at least something of what we're going up against.
I know.
But
And I'm gonna tell them it's not fair to them to get involved without knowing what's going on and how I'm connected to them.
But, I mean, hey, Cody and Caleb are good guys. They're not gonna, turn their nose up at you because of some dumb shit you might have done in the past.
Her face just kind of goes like,
As it does, I'm going to take a hint from chat. Hey, Aurora, roll to comfort or support.
Oh, boy! Yee-haw!
Yee, and dare I say it, ha!
Let's see, what is comfort and support? Mundane? Oh, boy, let's see how good I am
Roll
at
plus
this.
mundane.
Oh, boy. Okay. 9.
9. Okay. So, yeah, that's good. They hear you. So, hey, Aftershock, you can either mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels if you would like.
I would like to mark potential, please. I have 3 potentials now.
That's
That's 3. I think very uncharacteristically of her. Like I kind of take a breath and kind of just hug Aurora.
Aurora's gonna kind of go like this a little bit, like when you put someone's like, and then
You got the
just kinda,
trapped
like,
hands.
Yeah.
and then we'll just kind of like, and we'll just be like, yeah.
This
Yeah,
is awkward for me too. I don't. She's just gonna back away. That was.
No, it's like it's fine. I just wasn't like
No,
expecting
my tia
it. I
said
guess.
I should try it, and It's just awkward.
I mean, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I
So while all of that is happening in the room adjacent, Caleb and Cody, you have once again just been left in Luciana's house. All the girls are off doing something. What is it that the two of you are doing? There's pizza.
At some point, Cody would say something like, they make me crazy. I can't talk when Aurora's around, and Luciana, they just irks me.
What makes you so nervous about Aurora?
I mean, she's a real hero.
So are we.
Are we, though?
Did you see what we just did?
I mean, now, but like, she was before. And
Yeah.
she knows how to do this and talk to people and, be a hero. And all I know how to do is break through walls.
Doesn't make her any less a person like you and me.
And yeah, the gears are not. It's just like, no, that's not true. He doesn't say it, but it doesn't. It just kind of bounces off. And Luciana, what? There's just something that it digs at the back of my powers. I don't know. It's like it's this spot in the golden light.
She can be a little rough around the edges, but I think as you get to know her more, she's pretty cool.
I mean, I try to be nice, but it always seems like I just screw everything up. I got water in the truck, and I
Emotions are high tonight. I would try not to take some of that stuff too personally. Just, try to find some common ground.
I will. Okay. Breathe. Just breathe.
You ever played D&D?
So like Skyrim?
Sorta. Just, with words instead of graphics.
Yeah, that just like a boom, 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 a foreign concept.
Pulls out a dice from somewhere, a D20, and is like,
It's one of Mephistopheles' favorites. It was one of the first shiny things he brought you.
this little baby here decides your fate. You can try to do stuff, but sometimes it doesn't let you. Sometimes it does. Mephistopheles likes to play, so I figured I could run something for the two of you while we're waiting here.
Like now? I mean, doesn't it take like hours to make a character and stuff?
Nah, just tell me who you are, what you want to do. We'll make it up on the fly.
All right. Okay. So I'm like, I'll take the like wizard. No, what's it called? The magic. I'm gonna do the magic thing.
You want to do magic? Cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to like?
I want
be
zap.
like. You want to be Zap? Okay, cool. I got you. You've got lightning running through your veins.
Sweet. Am I like fast too, or just like throw lightning?
Maybe sometimes. You have a couple spells. We'll decide those on the fly. We'll get a couple of them. You thinking you're just a regular human? Could be orc, dwarf, gnome.
So can I be like, I was a Breton in Skyrim was that the wizard person I was had the lightning. Yeah, they were like a Breton. Is that one of the?
Yeah, they're like Nordic people,
Okay.
right? Yeah, you can be a Nordic-esque human, of course.
Sweet. Okay, so what happens then?
I feel like as you are like beginning like the setting the scene, like getting the dressing out, that's when Aurora and Luciana both walk out and they just see you like talking to Cody with this 20-sided die in your hand.
What are you dorks doing?
Mephistopheles is like holding one in his beak and like hopping around.
He'll drop it down, it'll roll to a 1, and like he'll like hop over and like hit it with his wing, and you see it like knock over to a 10. Then he sits there and like puffs up his chest very proudly.
Playing D&D.
And Cody like did not want to get caught playing D&D, you know.
That's something for nerds.
Yeah, Aurora just kind of like tilt her head, just kind of quizzically, like, okay.
Luciana is actually gonna be like, "Did you go wizard or like fighter?"
I was making him a sorcerer.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's got lightning in his veins.
Oh,
I
it's
like
like a
that
storm
part.
sorcerer.
Yeah, maybe.
Cool.
I was just gonna make it up on the fly.
She'll look at Aurora. It's like, eh.
And
Anyway.
Cody's just kind of looking at both of them like he's been caught, you know, doing something he shouldn't be.
But then she knows about it. She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, let's go." Okay, so put all the nerdy stuff away. I got shit to say.
Yeah.
Now, before we begin, anything I'm gonna say here, after it's done, you don't mention it again to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
For personal and legal purposes.
I do have a lawyer in case like you need to. It's okay. I got you.
Thanks. So that dude, you guys heard about like Apex, the like the villain guy that kind of out at large?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, he like leveled like half a neighborhood with
Yeah.
someone
Very-
called Livewire.
Familiar.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay. Cool.
And you know, he like killed someone, and then I kind of turned him in, so now he like doesn't like me. Yeah, I didn't. That's not my.
And so that's why you're not dead or in jail, because you turned him in.
Yeah. But then he like blew up the trucks, and then he tried to get me out. I was like, no, I'm not gonna go with you. So he like looked at me with like, I don't know, some weird face, and then left.
So he bailed on you.
Well, I kind of said no to going with him because I honestly wasn't like into being like a super villain. Like I was I wasn't even thinking I was a villain, to be honest. And like it's called like actually being like in trucks, like cuffed, and then someone breaking you out. Like that's like, you know, I'm only like 18. So like, technically I'm here under witness protection program.
So you know what he can do.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's helpful.
does he have any kryptonite?
I mean, like,
What?
if you knock him unconscious.
Steel bat to the head. Kryptonite
Still
to most
back
people.
yeah. And voice in the sky, will you remind me what his powers are?
Yes, so he can create concentrated energy blasts that when you've seen him before, he can kind of like do like finger guns, but like actually create energy blasts from them. He can also like radiate an energy burst around himself. Like he has all of that he has all of that pent up energy that he can just release. It's almost like firing a bolt of kinetic energy at somebody.
She'll explain it like that. And like I'm a little worried that like if Lorraine's like hopping those kids up on drugs, I don't doubt she's also giving him some, and that's just a nuclear bomb waiting to happen. Like not like literally, like not exaggerating.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like an actual bomb.
So just continues to beg the question, what's the plan? What are we doing? We've got someone on the inside, but what are we going to do with that?
Well, that's why I didn't want you guys to go in. If he traces when he figures out I'm Aftershock, it's not that hard. When he does, he already knows who you are, Crow. He's gonna connect you back to me, and I don't want you guys to get hurt because of me. So we have Sarah on the inside.
Cody points at you and he's like, the Vulcan thing, same deal. I didn't want you guys to get involved. Red lightning, massive thingy.
Caleb points. If I can force him to let me get hurt for him, I'm going to force you to let me get hurt for you. But I'm not going to get hurt because I'm cool as shit.
Right. I feel like this is slightly different.
Definitely.
Like, I mean, they're both bad, like, because you got, like, powers. I don't understand that.
I don't have combat powers, so he's dangerous to me. But,
yeah.
Like, if I gotta, like, crows versus the rest of the forest, Lorraine, call me up.
Yeah. Sure. So, like, what I was thinking, right, we have Sarah on the inside. She can give us info. We can kind of keep an eye on them that way.
It'd be
Gather
great
information on them, build up something to maybe give to Barbara.
It'd be great to get a gauge on how many members they have.
Exactly. And just saying, we may not have any actual martial skills, but and she'll kind of turn and point to Aurora. She does.
I'm actually a black belt.
Oh, in what?
Yes.
I don't know enough about martial arts.
Say jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I think she'll list off like a couple of them actually, like 2 to 3. It's like
Luciana, like under her breath, she's like, "Fuck, that's hot."
Taekwondo, karate, jiu-jitsu. That's impressive.
Yeah, panics a lesbian.
Idol training was very rigorous.
It might not help. Harold. It might not hurt if maybe you taught us a little bit about martial skills.
Oh, I mean, like, yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, I'm not like, I don't know. I don't remember like
you have a
taught
black belt
anyone
on
before.
3 different martial arts forms, so
yeah, I can teach you guys maybe just like a little something. Like she'll be like a little flustered, but like, oh, okay.
call it team building exercises or whatever people are using these days.
Perfect. This will be like, like team building exercises, but cooler. No weird icebreakers, just some like self-defense techniques.
Yep.
It would be nice. I am very agile. I haven't really been in a situation to show it off, but yeah. It'd be nice
to
to
like super fast, right?
not fast, but like I've got a really good innate sense of balance. As he says that, he's like vaguely climbing up onto a like wooden chair and onto the like back of it where you like really shouldn't be able to stand because it would immediately fall backwards. And he's just like on the tip of one of his toes, balanced there. It's like, yeah. It
That's
kind of
really
hops
cool, but
down.
please get down because if my tia gets here, she's gonna scream at me.
Yeah. I just
But that's really cool.
And as you are getting down from the chair, you hear keys in the lock of the door.
Fuck.
Door opens.
getting down intensifies.
And you see Luciana's tia just like full scrubs, like walk in, tosses keys onto the table. Hola,
Save
Mia.
you some pizza.
And then like she'll like walk past you into her room and like doesn't even like really like look, like she'll look over and like wave at the lot of you, goes into the room, and then the door immediately opens up. Just, I didn't know we were having company.
It's
Hola.
kind of
Hola.
Tia, this is Caleb, Cody, and this is Aurora.
From the Idol group.
Yeah.
Hi. We have a study group.
And when
Good.
she came in,
She
Cody was
kinda-
like furniture when she walked through. Like,
Yeah.
are we supposed to be here?
Good. Well,
Luciana's gonna lean to her. I was like, she knows. Don't try to lie to her. I don't know how, but she always knows.
help yourself to whatever in the fridge. Set the beer. It's
Of
mine.
course not. Yeah.
Underage drinking is wrong. It's getting late.
You want some pizza?
I'm gonna shower first.
Yeah.
His busy day. But I'm sure you already know.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna drop them back home. And I'll get back. We need to talk, but I'll drop them back.
She just nods.
There's
Says,
coffee on the stove.
it was nice meeting all of you.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Sure. And she's just like, no worries, I guess. Like, I didn't even know I was having company today.
Idea.
And she just like kind of like gives you a wave as she just like walks into her room. And then you hear, I assume that it's like lo-fi hip hop beats.
Yeah.
And then like shower water turns on.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay.
And Caleb, now that as like she was walked in, walked out, greeted you all, looking at your phone, you realize that there are several missed messages, missed text messages from your family asking, "Are you going to be home for dinner? Are you okay?" And then like a couple hours later, "Are you downtown? Are you okay?" Several missed calls. And then there is one message that just says, "Hey, brother." And then like a smiley face.
I did tell them where I was going.
You said that you were going to be out today.
I
It is now currently around like 10 o'clock.
thought I told them I was going to be doing a study group in the evening.
I think you told them it was a study group.
Yeah.
Having an event like a gravity well blasted on the news kind of doesn't matter if you're having a study group. I get concerned.
Caleb is gonna like look down at his phone and be like, "Oh shit. I'm gonna step outside. I'll be right back. Gotta call the parents." He's gonna like start dialing. And he'll call his mom up.
And your mom legitimately sounds worried.
Yeah. He's like, I'm so sorry. I did the thing I always do. I left my phone in like a bag and I got carried away with the time.
Did you
And I'm
even
just
see
now
what
looking
was
at this. I'm
happening?
fine. What?
One of those
No.
capes actually opened up a like there was a black hole in the middle of the Sodesco Center.
Oh my God. What the hell?
I don't know. I knew that you were downtown. You weren't answering your calls. I was worried.
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm really sorry. I'm perfectly fine. In fact, I'm going to be home soon. I've already eaten.
Well, that's good. Andrew's home.
Oh.
So apparently he has an interview for a job or something this weekend. Hopefully he ends up getting it. It's very important for him and for us that he finds good work. But that's besides the point. He can fill you in on the rest of the details, I'm sure.
Of course. I just wanted to give you a call, let you know I'm all right, so you didn't have to worry anymore.
Thank you. Next time, hopefully there won't be a next time, and we can figure out what to do with all of these super-powered people that are making a mockery of this town. Just try and let us know you're okay. All right?
Of course. Love you lots. I'll see you soon.
I love you too. And then phone hangs.
Yeah, Caleb pops back in. I think I sold it. I think I'm good. I'm still in, kind of trouble because, you're always in trouble when you worry a parent, but I think I damage controlled appropriately, but I should get back.
Couldn't hear you.
Do you want me to drive you back?
I'd appreciate it.
Especially because you left your bike a ways away from Luciana's
Yeah.
house.
She'll kind of get everybody's like, okay, let's go back to the car. Cody, was your car at her place or okay? No,
I think you picked us all up at the gas station, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I picked Aurora up at her place and picked you both at the gas station.
I think so.
Yeah, so I will have everyone get in the car and I'll drop Caleb and Cody at the gas station and then Aurora at her place.
Yeah, I think before like everyone goes separate ways, Aurora will be like, okay, so plan going forward, perhaps see if we can get some more info from your guy on the inside. She'll say to Luciana. And I guess if you guys want a little, instruction, see if we can boost our fighting prowess, since we may be going into some dangerous situations soon. I'm happy to help.
I mean, G-Paw has a gym in the barn we set up.
Oh my God, let's do it.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I know you have like magical golden armor, so you're good. But Caleb and Aurora, if you guys need like actual like hookups with like outfits and maybe an upgrade to your little wand thing, I can get you guys hooked up.
Yes.
Okay. We could get you like a more actual like padded out outfit, Caleb, so you don't.
Caleb's like, I think I did a perfectly fine job, but maybe a second look wouldn't hurt.
I mean, we're talking like industrial level materials at this time, so.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, you did great. I mean, memorable costume, and all that stuff Aurora said.
I still have to deal with Trash Man too. It doesn't seem like the same scale anymore, but
I think we should add him to the top of the list. Really.
I mean, Trash Man really is, biggest threat here.
Alrighty. So
You're all great.
you guys are in the truck making your way back to
Gas station, and then
gas station, depositing your friends, and then I'm assuming that you drop Aurora off first because like she's in town. She's the closest one there. So Aurora, and then drop off Cody and Caleb. And then everyone goes back to your homes. Caleb, by the time that you get home, it's like 10:45, closer to 11.
Yeah, I do. I ditch my mask with the rest of my costume, and also I change into a not black hoodie.
Oh, yeah.
that doesn't say staff on the back.
Well, I think I ditched the jacket. I think I probably forgot it at your place, actually. But
Either that or
have
it's
the
just
black-
like tucked into Luciana's her truck somewhere.
yeah, but I've got my black hoodie I've been wearing, and I'm like, there's pictures of me in this. I'm so glad that I like packed this gray hoodie. So he puts that on before he goes home.
Okay. Yeah, so Caleb, by the time that you get home, your parents are still awake. Or at least your mom is. Your dad probably turned in a little bit early just because he's generally not one for staying up late. Like, even on like family gatherings, once he was tired, he was the kind of guy who was just like, all right, it's good. Like, it's good night for me. Thank you all for coming, and would go up. And that was before he got injured. Now it's very much just like, I am tired and I'm going to sleep now. Like, he just has like that very flat, like, it's time for bedtime for me. But your mom is still up, and she is currently sipping on some coffee, and she is talking to your brother, who is also in the kitchen. What does your brother look like?
He is much taller than I am, like a full head above me, I think. He did not get the curliness in his hair, so he's got like long, very dark black hair that is very like has a lot of volume to it. It's very fluffy, and he's got like very dark brown eyes, almost to like a black, and then very similar features, but a little more aged up of
No glasses.
Caleb. No glasses.
Yeah, and I think that
because he wears contacts, I think. But
yeah, I would think that like as you come in, and like you get your bike set up, that is when your mom, like, she'll come over and she'll just give you a hug. And it is very much one of those like, I am glad that you are safe kind of hugs. Mm-hmm. And then she ends up saying that there's a lot of work that needs to be done down at the precinct. So she actually has to go back and help out with a lot of the paperwork, but she was glad that she at least got to see you before, like, to verify that you are indeed all right, that nothing strange is going on with you, that sort of thing. And then she has to set out and then do public defendant things. As she is leaving, and it is just you, and then it's your brother who just, hey, brother.
Crow, like, basically as soon as she's gone and the door closes, he like basically backwards dashes into the kitchen and like sits back into and slides in the chair that his mom just got up from and is like, what's up?
Yeah, and I feel like it is definitely like your older brother again. Like, this is just like, it's a brother's thing. You guys probably do this like 2 or 3 more times of just the what's up? And then he just like has this very boisterous, almost bubbly laugh to it. Like, it comes from deep within. It is a true-hearted laugh. And he just says, I thought that you were going to be gone all weekend. I mean, I know that you got class tomorrow, but what was up with today? Mom said that there was like a fire in the woods or something like that happened, and that's why you got it off?
Yeah, I got the day off because there was I was at a movie event for the school, and these dudes with freaking flame hands
What?
crashed the party.
I've
Literally, like a dude came down from lightning in like full golden armor, talking about some sort of vessel. Got the frick out of there, but like,
Hey, that's like
they
some
were like-
straight up level. Like that's an actual wizard if I ever heard one. That's insane.
yeah, I know, right?
That's crazy. And that is absolutely nuts. And what, like, where were you today, man? Like, Mom said that you were at a study group, but I got a question I need to ask you.
What?
He like takes the TV remote, pops it on, and there is just like a still frame of you in like this black hoodie mask, like summoning birds. Thought we talked about this. Thought you weren't gonna be doing stuff like this.
Caleb looks down at his gray hoodie, looks up.
Like, I get it. I get it. Like, props to you. But what? What so you doing there? Like, were you just like walking by with your study group? And let me guess, your study group's also probably like, you know, full of people. Is that guy in your study group? And he like forwards it a little bit. Golden armor lifting. What about this guy? Like flicks it forward a little bit. Luciana's lifting stuff. Oh, and I'm guessing that she's in your study group too, and it's Opal like doing stuff in the background.
Caleb is like, you can see the wheels actively spinning in his head. He's like,
I mean, just like on it. Like I won't tell Mom. Like unless you really fuck up, in which case, like I kind of have to tell Mom because like that's the law. But like, I mean, if you're just like out like helping people, that's one thing. I'm just wondering like, where's this like? I didn't think that you were like that. I thought that you were like, we talked about this. Like, when danger comes, like, go away for a little bit, not like run towards it.
it's a hard instinct to fight, bro.
I know it is, but you got to be thinking about the future. Like, we can't just be doing stuff like this all the time.
But I am thinking about the future, and that's why I'm doing it. But let's head over to your room. I'll fill you in. There's been a lot going on.
Yeah,
and I mean
it.
a lot.
Yeah, come on. You go up to your brother's room and like I imagine that there's like a Wilco poster on the wall. Probably like, you know, it looks nice. It's the kind of thing like your mom has made his bed like months ago and it's just sat there because nobody uses this room at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It used to be like a grunge teenager's room, but now all that stuff lives somewhere else. So it's just kind of vaguely tidied up.
Yeah,
room.
You know, like he's like, oh, he's almost done with college, you know, like his tastes have changed. A lot of his grunge stuff went with him. And now it's just like he like, you know, like he keeps like parental appropriate things there.
No risque dressed ladies up on the wall.
Yeah, no. That was always a no-go, but like it's like underneath the Wilco poster, just like and then like puts it back down.
Yeah, and I think he probably also like opens up the dresser and reaches in and like you can hear a like sliding of a wood panel and out like he pulls his hand out with like a little baggie, a single hitter pipe and a lighter.
He'll take it and he just says, you know the drill. Towels.
Yeah. Curling. Puts the towel in. I didn't touch it because it's yours, but yeah, they like take a couple hits, and then Caleb just like starts rambling from basically like, I was kind of like doing some street shit, trying to like get this dude who is littering in the park because it's not dangerous, and I could like maybe try to help better the community. But then there were these like the sorcerers, literal sorcerers showed up. Like one of them literally turned into an elemental fire, like straight up. You can see the videos that Aurora put out.
Wait, who's Aurora? And your brother exhales, but because of his supernatural abilities, it is the scene in the Fellowship where Gandalf exhales like a fucking ship, like as it's going out, like
Little cannons fire.
oh yeah, you're like
fucking show off.
can't help it. I was born gifted.
Just the magic girls I used to be into, and one of them. Anyway,
You're friends with her?
yeah, we go to school together.
What?
And you got the wrong last person on the team. It's Aurora, but I
don't know who that is.
Yeah, and
Give
like
me
he
water.
just continues on. I think Crow like just pulls a random soda out of his hoodie pocket.
And I think that as the two of you are sitting there, he'll say, man, that's fucking messed up, Caleb. Like, that's, wow. I don't even really know what to say. I mean, like, I came back because, like I was gonna I had a job interview tomorrow. I don't know if I should be smoking this. Now that I think about it, it'll be fine.
Take it while.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But,
oh yeah, right. Drug test.
yeah.
All right.
But
where are you interviewing anyway?
Sodesco, actually, like their head office in town. They're looking for a mechanical engineer, so I figured I could at least like get an interview. Yes.
Is that one I'm familiar with?
Sodesco is
a word I
yes.
know.
The Midas app is powered by Sodesco.
what
Donovan
I thought.
Sodesco is a local like tech conglomerate.
Right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think Crow like kind of grimaces very shortly, but doesn't let his brother see it.
They pay really well. Donovan's from around here. I've had a couple email correspondence with the guy. He seems pretty down to earth for, bigwig CEO.
Great.
Worst thing that could happen is that he hires me.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, I'm just down for the weekend.
And I don't know, bro. I get what mom says, but like as people's powers get crazier and like there's shit on the streets that makes them more wild, like what are we supposed to do but those with the ability to stop it to step up and help? And like I'm trying to do my best. I know I've got to have proof to like bring these people down so that they can actually be like brought to trial. I can't just beat the shit out of people and drop them at the door, but like it's really hard.
Well, like, first things first, I know it sounds a little contrarian to what we're talking about, but so the main problem I'm seeing with this whole thing is that we got people with superpowers, right? But we don't, like with that Apex dude that was being transported, same with that like Livewire gal, like when they were being transported and they broke out, like we didn't have the means to be able to like be like, hey, you can't use, like, what are we going to do? Like tell superpowered folks like, oh, you can't use your powers when you're in the cop car. That's against the law. I don't care. They'll just blow a cop car up. But what I'm working on right now could change that. It's basically like if we got like, what if we got like handcuffs or something, or like a containment zone, right? Where like while you're inside it, or like while handcuffs are on, like you can't, like you wouldn't be able to like use your powers, right? Like you'd just be like a regular dude, because that way, if your power is like, like I can like control the weather and I'm gonna make a lightning bolt, like strike this car, then you just like bam, slap on the manacles, and then no more weather control. I can't do that. And then like, you know, like then we help out the service thing.
That's great. During the second encounter with the cultists, I handcuffed a bunch of them. It would be something that I could like carry around.
Well, see, like that, like those guys seem like regular handcuffs would probably like do wonders on them. Like
They were just fine.
Yeah, like
you can't
take
spread
away
your hands.
like take away a wizard's arcane focus, and like what do they got? They got like material and like verbal components, but like that limits the number of spells. We've all been there. But like
if they're smart, a couple of fists. Muscle wizard.
But like, so like we need to figure out a way to not to like take people's powers away permanently. I think that's messed up. But like if we could like figure out a way to like stop them momentarily for a little bit or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that would be like $1 million idea. It would help a lot of people to just like, hey, you doing bad stuff. No, cops. And then you like manacles.
Be careful who you're talking to about that. And I think I know you're interviewing for them, but I'm really suspicious of this whole Midas thing.
The what?
Midas. The app.
Oh.
The company you're interviewing for is developing.
Oh yeah. The Midas app. Wait, why are you suspicious of that?
Because they're like pushing it everywhere, and the cultists have like these seeds that were on them that were like pomegranate seeds that had been turned to gold, kind of as if like King Midas had touched them.
One's an app.
And you know, on like a smartphone.
What are they do? Gonna like? Is it like an NFC thing? Like you like tap a pomegranate and the pomegranate turns to gold? Like how would they do that?
Well, no. The app itself is just like a all-in-one. Like they do texting, like social media.
It's like a calendar. It's like like a Friendster kind of thing, right?
Yeah, it's even our like point of sale at the coffee shop.
Okay.
Just a large amount of information to have people. I don't have a connection yet, but it's like there's some threads that I'm trying to pull on. Just be careful.
All right. I'll take your word for it. I will do my best to be careful at the job interview that I don't let any pomegranates turn to gold.
Works for me.
All right.
Yeah. I think I'm doing the right thing.
I just don't want you to get ahead of yourself. You find yourself in a situation that you're not prepped to handle. Like controlling birds is one thing, but like that lady like opened up like a black hole, like in the middle of a stadium. Like it almost looked like it was gonna spaghetti people.
It almost did. We got him though, fortunately.
Yeah, but like, what would have happened? Like, what would have happened? Like, you could think about Mom. Like, if you had turned to spaghetti, and the last thing that you told her was that, oh, I'm off with my study group, and like we're just like hanging out at somebody's house, and then you turn to spaghetti, and you're never seen or heard from again. Like that would. She works for the cops, man. Like she works for the public defendant's office. Like if you went missing, they would open up some kind of search. You'd be looking everywhere for you. And then where would
No.
they find you? Like a spaghetti noodle in the bottom of a stadium with that like good boy like sniffing you out. He'd probably like num 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 eat you up or something like that. He's
Oh
a
God, can you imagine being like aware for that? Oh my.
I think when you turn to spaghetti, it's not like a polymorph to spaghetti. It's not one of those like you die, like you like everything about
Yeah,
you
but
is,
can
like-
you imagine being a sentient plate of spaghetti being eaten by a dog?
It would be like the muffins, right? Like what did one talking muffin say to the other? Like, oh my god, I can't believe it's a talking muffin. Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
like that. It'd be
Oh my
like
God! You said the like pasta sauce just like.
And it's just you and I feel like it is just you and your brother just being fucking dorks. Like there is that air of seriousness about like, hey man, like if you went out like that, it would eat mom up from the inside. Oh, GGK, thank you so much for the raid. But I feel like you talking with Andrew is productive, but it is definitely one of those like, if anything did happen to you, if you like when you told our parents one of your like white lies kind of thing, it might still cause an issue. But like he understands that like you can't exactly come out and be like, Mom, I can control birds. Like he understands that. Meanwhile, Cody, you recently have gotten back to your house. No issue. Cops don't even bother trying to pull you over for not having doors this evening. They have bigger fish to fry.
G-Paw's like crunked neck, sleeping. He's got like an empty bowl of pasta or something he was eating, kind of resting on his belly. He's kind of out, and I take the.
He passed out next to the ham radio because Thursdays it's ham Thursdays. Like that's when the ham club meets. So like he is just like kind of like passed out next to his radio, like bowl of spaghetti on it, like bowl of spaghetti getting ready.
Take the bowl, set it aside, pull the lever on the chair and lean him back because like he's all crunked up, but now he's leaning back. And then I grab the Afghan off the back of the couch and cover him up and go put the bowl in the sink.
Oh yeah. And then Luciana, when you get back home, your Tia is awake, and she just reminds you that if anyone found out who you were, it could be bad. She recognized, like there were a lot of people in the hospital there earlier today that said that they saw some masked individuals that are known to be on Aurora's team helping out. And then she saw Aurora and you hanging out. She heard that one of these individuals at the stadium, at the center, had earth manipulation abilities.
Yeah.
And she's not going to blatantly come out and put two and two together, but she is definitely like, I noticed this and this and this and this, and like lets you know that the bulletin full of all, like your trail is directly behind her. She's not going to do anything though, because she trusts you. But she reminds you vehemently to be careful, to be safe.
Yeah, I am doing my best to be careful and be safe. I promise.
And she like just gives you this look, like long look.
She just puts up a pinky.
And your Tia like sighs, like lets her head kind of like droop back, and then like hooks her pinky around yours, and then she like hooks the pinky in and just pulls you in for a quick hug, and then like ruffles up your hair a little bit.
Luciana actually kind of like hugs her back for a little bit longer, which is like not her style, but she needs a little comfort here and there. She just told people she was a villain. She's not gonna tell her that though.
No, because that would compromise the entire purpose of witness protection.
Yeah, of course.
But then she will just sort of like sit down, turns on TV, and she's the kind of person who will DVR the news because she works such odd hours. Like, even though she has witnessed like some of the things that happen first off, she will be damned if she misses Good Boy Thursdays. Like, she needs dog on the job, that good boy like weekly update.
Yeah.
And so she will end up turning on the TV, and the newsreel begins to play from earlier that day. Aurora, when you get home, when you are dropped off at home, there are like calls and texts from Dimitri also asking like, are you okay? Is everything fine? Like, and then like after that, then there's a follow-up just like, I heard from Kevin that you're okay. What do you want to eat? And then like 20 minutes later, I'm assuming you're out. Like, I'm assuming you're with your study group. Have a great night. We can talk about this tomorrow.
Yeah, I think she'll like, be like, I'm good, thumbs up emoji. Next few messages are like links to like some tweets or like some Instagrams that have really good action shots of like the team.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah,
can
yeah.
you get the rights to these photos?
Oh yeah, no, and he's eating it up too. Like, he's all about that shit. And I feel like your evening is just spent like, all right, this is how we're gonna spin it, and this is how it's gonna come off fucking great. And like, you even find like, now that you're at home and you can like have access to your computer, you're not just like doom scrolling on your phone real quick. Somebody got a picture. Like, there's a still of a camera swiveling by that is you and Good Boy together.
Saved.
Just like screen cap. Like,
Saved. That's like her new wallpaper.
oh yeah. It's like, it's pretty pixelated because again, it was like during a wide shot, but like, you got there. That's the important part. And then are you like checking the newsreel from earlier, like seeing how you came off in like in any interviews or anything like that as well, or are you just like focusing on the PR spin?
I think she'll have that up on like another monitor
Okay.
or something.
Yeah, so I would say that Luciana, you and Aurora both end up like being able to watch this belated newscast. And it is actually a Donovan Sodesco who like funded the Sodesco Center that was, mostly destroyed earlier today, is currently giving he's currently giving a press release. And he's a well-dressed man. He has like short sandy blonde hair, kind of an angular jaw. It looks like he's probably in like his mid 40s at this point. Like, he's not a younger guy by any means. And he's fielding questions from reporters, and they ask him what his thoughts are on the capes as they describe them. And he like raises a hand. He's like, all right, first off, I think that's maybe a little bit harsh, all things considered. Now, they, as you can see, did not destroy the center. I mean, they did. That is one thing, but it's a building. Buildings can be recovered with money, of which I have quite an egregious amount. But you see here, when all of that was happening, we also had several stand-up individuals of the community using their abilities to save others. We had that golden man. We had that figure who we have two others that I've been told are described as Crow and Aftershock. Now, they were both incredibly helpful in helping to contain it, as well as one of the many idols that was there helping out as well. Now, we owe much to these heroes, and I think that, I think that this city deserves more of them. I think that we honestly need more heroes here in Everett Heights, because without heroes like these ones who help stop, well, gravity wells from destroying major parts of the city, all things considered, who else is going to stop them? Regular folks like me, regular folks like you all? I don't think so. We just don't have the means. We don't have the technology just yet. Eventually, maybe someday, we'll be able to help level the playing field a little bit, but until that happens, I think that these heroes deserve our praise, not our damnations. And then one of the and that's kind of the end of the press release, and it goes back to the news anchor, and the news anchor says Sodesco had no further comments about the events that would about what had happened at the Sodesco Center earlier in the day. However, and then they kind of give a little bit more of a brief saying that stock in Sodesco Corp has actually increased over the last several days, as he has been the company has actually been in talks of acquiring another local business conglomerate here within the city. It seems like Sodesco is actually it's actually in talks to purchase what did we name it last time? McFarland's, the kind of like plant style, one of those buildings, not plant buildings, that doesn't make any sense, but the
They're the Monsanto.
Monsanto, that's the word. I was like, plants, Roundup. No, that's not it. But yes, it looks like Sodesco is actually poised to purchase the McFarland's company and then bring them into the fold of the corporation. And as you hear about this, as this lovely gentleman has finished up his speech, Luciana, you and Aurora hear that he is going to be purchasing McFarland's. That is where we are going to call it for tonight's session. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by and join us for this wonderful game of Masks the Green Sun. I always have a blast whenever I have these people on the channel, though. I love this game. I'm having a great time, because I get to do all these fun Southern draws, and it's very enjoyable for me. So, Kyle, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, everyone. I'm KyleWithAnN on Twitter and Twitch.
Shoot.
This is just how I talk. No, but seriously. So hey, if you want to see more of my lovely face, you can catch it Tuesdays on my own personal Twitch channel, where I stream a variety of video games. Right now it's Fire Emblem Three Houses. So if you want to get in on that action, 6 p.m. EST. On the occasional Wednesdays, you can catch me on twitch.tv/playbooksandpals, playing in a game of Masks. Also featuring a friend of the channel, Levi. Let's see, what else am I doing? Thursdays, I'm here. That's it for my weekly schedule. If you want to partake of me in your ear holes and listen to some podcasts, I'm in a few of those, Cape Lorelei / East Beach, which are two sister city shows in the same universe. Urban Shadows actual play podcasts. I'm mainly on Cape Lorelei, but I guest over on East Beach. You can catch that on iTunes and Spotify. I'm also in a podcast called Let's Talk About It, where channel regular Cyberwolf 1201 and I get fucking blasted on the alcohol and talk about the games we play in and other things. That's available on Anchor.fm and YouTube. Also got to shout out my stream team, Jabroni TV. Check out our website, jabroni.tv. See who's streaming what when. Check out our YouTube channel. We got gameplay videos coming out. We're doing a Pokemon Showdown tournament right now, and it's fucking sick. So make sure you ring that motherfucking bell so you can see who wins.
I would also say go and subscribe to that Jabroni TV YouTube as well, so that way you guys can have an actual URL and it's not just somebody like
Yes!
face rolling across the keyboard.
Please.
Please.
We're like 30 something away, I think was the last I heard. So hey, get you and like your 29 closest friends. Because I'm sure you have that many.
All right, and GB, where can we find you? What do you do?
Greybeard of Greybeard Tavern, and I'm just a simple country role player. Just telling it like it is. No, check my Twitter. I post everything from my best, all the guys, all of these guys, and whenever they post anything, I repost it, and because I love them all. But yeah, I'm here on Thursdays, Sunday morning. I play with all my fun toys, and we play a variety of games on Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel, Greybeard's Tavern. And then I'm over on Lantern Noir's channel. Between the two of us, we've got almost 85 years of gaming experience. And so we get together for happy hour. We have I usually have bourbon and he usually has whiskey. And we usually talk gaming and stuff. We're like 15 episodes in. You can find that on wherever you find podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, all that good stuff. And or stop in live because we love audience participation. Like we always say, grab a stool, grab a beverage, grab a friend, pull it on up and join the conversation. That's it for me, GB.
Hi, everyone. And before I start, I would just like to say, Harold, the lesbians. Hi, everyone. And my name is Satan or Elizabeth on the internet. You can find me under that same name on Twitch, Instagram. I think it's Elizabeth Bambart. Twitter, everything else. I do art sometimes, but if you like to see more of my face streaming, playing games, you can find me here on Thursday with these awesome people. Also here on Sundays playing Corey, my Goliath Eldritch Knight, playing Rime of the Frost Maiden. And sometimes, once a month, we get together as GB guides me and a few of my other friends in Monster Noir. Don't worry, GB, I got you. And you can also find me in channels like Valdrian's channel where we play Dragon Age. I play a city elf rogue named Bella, and she's sassy and I love her. Saturday nights you can find me over at Plot Hunters. We're not this weekend because we're all getting our shots and our vaccines in different weekends, and so some people are not. We have been off duty for the last 3 weeks because we're getting our vaccines at different times, and we're out of commission for different times. But soon, hopefully, we'll get to do the final episode of our Rise of Tiamat campaign. And Sunday. You can find me as a DM myself over at the Hobgoblins channel as I take my friends through my homebrew world. We're doing the last episode of an arc this Sunday, so if you want to check out what the final episode of a party of adventurers traveling through an undead island is, come check us out. And last Monday, I'm over at Weave the Tail playing Naneshka, my 70s biker bar witch. So if you playing the Great American Witch, so if you like to see those things, come watch us. Other than that, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm most active there. I post all my stuff there, my art, my schedule, all that fun stuff. So if you want to keep up with me, follow me there. Okay, bye. That's me.
Now, I may be just a simple country streamer, but I can play the MLGs with the best of them. You might also know me as Reeves, your buddy, your pal, your friend. Hey, it's me. You know me. Or you don't. If you don't, you do now because I'm introducing myself, so you can't say you don't know me. Stares intently at the camera. Anyway, you can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Reeves_bot. I stream on my channels on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern or Pacific Standard Time. I'm not on the East Coast. Anyway, I'm playing through It Takes Two with my good friend Tom. Our main characters are divorcing parents stuck in voodoo doll bodies, and they're finally confronting the fact that they might have issues. So I'm proud of them, and maybe they'll get their bodies back. Who knows? You'll have to come join us. And then I'm here on Thursdays. So having a great time with my friends. Have a good night. Bye.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, the Indoor Adventurer, your buddy, your pal, your friend. I can't do that. So, if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am, but if you don't, hey Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer. We do shows like this on Monday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We're also going to be doing a show next Wednesday, hopefully, which is going to be our Monster Noir game. Hopefully, I say hopefully because I also am going to be getting my second dose of the vaccine, that second Fauci ouchie earlier that day. So I'm really hoping I am up to being able to play a game later in the day. We shall see. But my fingies are crossed on that one. If this is your first time joining us, you can go towards our YouTube at youtube.com/Indoor Adventures to check up on all the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audio casts are made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/Indoor Adventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions that you'd like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us there or on our Discord, and we will do our best to respond in kind. The link to that Discord, of course, is found in the description of this video or audiocast down below, or posted in the chat to the side. But with that, I would like to say once again, thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. Thank you to these players for putting up with my bullshit once again this week, and we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Y'all come back now.